I think I, 43F, need to call child services on my BFS, 39M, ex-wife, 33F, because I'm worried about their 4 kids. My BF has long maintained that his ex is crazy and calls her a bitch all the time. He tells me stories about how awful she is, but I kind of chalked it up to not knowing the whole story. I'm sure she has her own version of what happened between them. Yesterday my BF went to her house to pick up the 4 kids. While he was there he filmed her behavior. She was screaming, swearing, calling the kids names, making threats, throwing small things. It was awful! Exclamation mark. I think he showed me the video to prove to me how crazy his ex was. He said, "See, this is what I have to deal with." But my concern was for her and the kids. It was obvious to me the entire family is in crisis and needs a lot of help. I don't know how to help them except to call someone. When I told my BF that we needed to call someone to get them help, he told me not to because that would cause problems and really mess things up for him. He thinks that somehow he will lose custody or lose his job. But I don't understand why, because he didn't do anything wrong. I'm very worried about the kids and the wife needs mental health care emo. What should I do? As a children's social worker, please make the call so that the children can be protected and she can get the help she needs. I'm in the UK, but in no way would reporting your concerns lead to your partner losing his job. Thank you. I was hoping a professional would chime in. I'm trying to get a hold of a child psychologist as well. See, this is what I have to deal with. Interested way to phrase things. This is something his children have to deal with, but he primarily thinks about what he has to deal with and what he might be dealing with if he decides to take action. Poor kids, having an abusive mother and a father who doesn't even want to try to deal with them being abused. Sorry, the fact that he leaves his children in that kind of environment says a lot about the kind of man and father he is. Absolutely correct. If he thinks exposing the horrid environment the kid's mother puts them through will mean losing his custody, he must be the daftest person alive. Sounds like the situation is perfect for the dad. He gets the sympathy card, he has the custody he can handle and no full-time responsibility, he gets to be the savior to the kids, etc. He's more concerned about how this issue will affect him than his kids' trauma. The whole "it'll ruin things for me" is plain scummy. It's possible he's worried about CPS putting the kids fully in his custody and he doesn't want that because then he'd be less carefree and actually have to be responsible. Yeah, I don't really understand why it would be bad for him or why he even needs to be factored in. The primary concern here should be the kids' emo. If he was any type of father, he would call and report her. The children would go to him if an investigation proved her abuse, neglect. The real question is, why doesn't he want to take responsibility for his children? Edit: to answer your question of what you should do, I would suggest breaking up with him and reporting both of them to DCFS/whatever the name of the agency is where you live. The reason for reporting both is he has knowledge/proof of their abuse and he is doing nothing about it. My F25 fiancé, M29, broke a recent rule in our relationship and doesn't know I know. Hello. So let me just get into the situation. My fiancé has a problem with social media, as in he once spent an obsessive amount of time searching, then downloading and categorizing pictures of women, strangers and friends. Upon learning about this, I laid out my boundaries, to which he consented to. My rules: he can watch and enjoy porn as much as he wants, so long as he's not paying for it. We're in tough spot financially and I've been working on to get us barely by, and 2, no more Instagram because he knows he can't resist the temptation. The fight that resulted in these rules happened 3 months ago. Now just yesterday while on my computer I noticed he had tried to clear browsing history. I got suspicious and went to his email, always signed in, and sure enough in the trash folder was his confirmation of new Insta account, along with Twitter and 2 premium porn subscriptions. I am obviously upset. I don't even know how to approach him because he has a pattern of erasing the evidence to call me crazy/say he did those things to test me. WTF do I do? Boyfriend and I agreed no Instagram due to problems. He wants 3 months and sets a new one up plus premium porn accounts. Great, a porn addict that cannot handle money and is lying. You know what to do. There's a lot more details from your post 2 months previously. No car repair, no PS5. Let's be honest. If you two didn't have a 6-year-old child, you'd have been long gone from this relationship, right? Honestly. Every day it gets harder, but I'm great at rationalizing away my feelings. I guess I'm willing to be stupid if it means the last several years weren't just a waste of time. Your biggest problem isn't what he's doing with porn, it's his lying to your face, then gaslighting you and calling you crazy when you present evidence of his actions to him. These are all major red flags, and you should really think before getting married to this guy. I hate to agree. I already stopped wearing the ring to help myself prepare more. I guess I'm just hoping for a reason that makes sense as to why he'd do this. End it. Don't tell him you know about anything. Just end it. The behavior he has exhibited is not only inappropriate, but frankly creepy as hell. Categorized these pictures? What the fuck? Not only that, but the gaslighting and testing lies are abusive and extremely toxic. There's about 1 million red flags from this alone. You can absolutely do better. He once spent an obsessive amount of time searching, then downloading and categorizing pictures of women, strangers and friends. Maybe you will hate me, but I'm amazed you were able to develop a relationship with someone like this, much less progress to an engagement. I don't care how good or amazing he is otherwise, this doesn't negate the glaring red flag you've presented us with. If that's not enough of an indicator that he is undateable, then I don't know what is. And yeah, I get it, people can change, but he sounds predatory. Pictures of friends? Come on, that's crossing a huge and weird line. And if he's that meticulous about porn/pics, I highly doubt he would want to change. He's proving this by continuing behind your back. A truly remorseful person would have taken serious action to curb this bad habit, though I highly doubt he has the capacity to do so in the first place. I am in a relationship I cannot leave with a man 33 years old. I'm 24, that treats me horribly. I am stuck in a lease for 8 more months with him across the country from all friends and family. I feel ashamed, embarrassed, and hopeless. Especially so because my relationship prior to this one was 3 years long with someone extremely toxic, and I thought it couldn't get any worse. But this relationship is much worse. My current boyfriend and I have been together close to 2 years. I moved in with him, from West Coast to East Coast, December 2019. Things were promising at first but have gone downhill very badly. He is emotionally, mentally, verbally, and physically abusive. He won't let me break up with him. He claims I'm terrible as well, but won't allow me to break up with him and refuses to break the lease, attempt to sublease, or generally come up with any solution. He has choked me, slapped me, pinned me down, covered my mouth and held me down while violently shaking me, threatened to trap me in our apartment by tying me up in our closet, smothered me with a pillow, threatened to set our place on fire, and many other horrible things. He literally right now is blasting music in our kitchen on my speaker, and the rap song he's playing is I Kill People by Trippie Redd, and he is vehemently singing along to it. Yes, we just got into yet another argument a short while ago. I consider myself very good with money, and I typically have around $5,000 give or take available to me in my checking/savings, and I would have happily used that to remove myself from the situation if I were able to. Unfortunately, this horrible situation I've found myself in is made worse by the fact I am an airline worker and was furloughed in October. To keep up with bills and paying rent, my bank account has been depleted. I have money in a Roth IRA and 401k, which I suppose is worth using in an emergency situation such as this, but I'm scared to touch that when I've worked so hard to accumulate it and the fees to take money out are steep. I'm further scared because my boyfriend regularly breaks down when he sees I'm serious about leaving and or not forgiving his latest screw up, like lashing out at me, calling me names, getting physically, being aggressive, intimidating, etc., and threatens to harm himself and claims I ruined his life and am scamming him, because he surprised me with a $1,000 purse I didn't ask for after I was forced to call the police on him in early December. Another huge issue, my parents were taking care of my dog due to my work schedule for the last year, and I finally brought her to live with me here on the East Coast back when things weren't quite so bad around 4 months ago. However, it sickens me that I am subjecting her to such a scary environment. Just typing this is making me tear up because I love her so much and she is so pure. But despite being just £10, she will run to me to protect me when my boyfriend starts yelling at me or getting physical. She'll then throw her head onto me almost as if hugging me, while violently shaking, clearly very scared. I am just so disgusted with myself. I don't know what to do. My family does not have money to help me, and I haven't been open with them about how my boyfriend is. They think he is good to me. There are so many other problems. I could write about the things he's done to me and how terrible it is for hours. I guess I'm just looking for any advice anyone might have on how to navigate this situation. I'm so lost, so mentally exhausted. ETA, I also found out recently he has photos of my driver's license and passport. The driver's license has my parents' home address on it. TL, Doctor, I hate my boyfriend and desperately want to escape him but have no money or job and am across the country from all friends and family. Honey, as someone who spent 5 years with a man like that, please, get yourself out. I would search for a car rental that will let you drive a car across the country without bringing it back. They often need to move cars around anyway, change up their inventory. Take your dog, pack your stuff up, and get out. Call the cops if he starts threatening you while you pack. They will help you pack. He can't make you stay, that is actually very illegal, and called false imprisonment. You can do this. PM me for more tips. I would be happy to research women's shelters in your area that accept small dogs. Number 1, please don't feel guilty and go into survivor mode and call the toll-free National Abuse Hotline. Number 2, you have got to tell your parents, family, if they have to take a loan and you pay them back, do it. Get out of there. Number 3, believe that he can kill you and you need to get away. He has choked me, slapped me, pinned me down, covered my mouth and held me down while violently shaking me, threatened to trap me in our apartment by tying me up in our closet, smothered me with a pillow, threatened to set our place on fire, and many other horrible things. Some states have laws where they have to let you out of a lease without penalty in the case of domestic violence. Make sure you look into that for your state. Do not tell him you're leaving, just leave. Contact local shelters for help. If the retirement savings is the only way you can leave, do it, and don't think twice. You are only 24, you can earn it back. Do not stay there a moment longer. Please trust me on this. This is the best possible use of that money right now. Make a plan for how you will exit. It's okay to take a few days to get your ducks in a row. Most importantly, get all of your documents together in a safe place. Change all your passwords, etc. You can do this. In your profile, you indicate, in one of your earliest posts from 8 months ago, that you are earning $120K a year by having a social media company. There is also a post in which you say you are available for meeting men in Brooklyn and that you are 21, which would mean you are single. I really hope there is a rational explanation to those inconsistent informations. You probably will delete your history as soon as you read this though.